And welcome back. You don't get any closer than this. Is a sprint finish, well, a crawling sprint finish at the Sydney Hobart. It really is anyone's race between these two, Andoo Comanche and LawConnect, after one day, 18 hours of gruelling, pounding racing at sea and across Bass Strait. This is what it's come down to. They are closing in on the finish line. Let's go live to Annie Puller in Hobart for us. Annie, unbelievable drama. Where are we at? How close now?
Brett, we're at the finish line. Victory is near for one of these Super Maxis. As you can see, they're less than a K away probably from the finish line at the moment. I'm told Andoo Comanche is actually in front here, and it has right of way. So what it's trying to do is push LawConnect out. We're expecting to see a jibe from both of these Super Maxis. There has been some incredibly tense moments over the last hour. They have been going neck to neck the entire race, and it's pretty amazing that they're only separated by, what, a few metres just now on the home stretch. They are giving it all they've got, these crews. On both boats, there's 24 sailors on board. They've been on an incredibly rough ride. You can imagine they haven't had much sleep, and right now every second counts in this race, and it really is anyone's race, Brett. As we've seen over the last 42 hours, that's how long they've been at sea. There's a crew of spectators out on the River Derwent. It is stunning down here today. We've heard cheers. We've heard moments of, just disbelief looking at what's happening right now, because we haven't seen a finish this close in many years, and even a daylight finish. The last 2 years have happened during the middle of the night. So what a show these Super Maxis are putting on for everyone here in Hobart. At the moment, the crews are looking pretty calm, but that's because they're experienced sailors. They've done this all before. Speaking to them before they took off from Sydney, many of these guys have sailed around the world 6, 7 times. But what's interesting on board LawConnect is that they actually, Christian Beck has brought 4 employees on board. They're amateur sailors. They've never sailed before, so imagine what they're feeling at this moment. LawConnect is right now in front. You can see the finish line there. If you see those yellow buoys, it is about to cross the finish line. We're just a couple of minutes away here, I think, from a finish, Brett. LawConnect have just won the Sydney Hobart race. What a spectacular comeback. You can hear the gunfire there. And look at them, the cheers, the handshakes. This is an incredible moment for this crew. They have lost the last 2 editions of this race. An incredible moment for the owner, Christian Beck, there. As I said, Brett, earlier, I ran into his son yesterday. He really didn't think yesterday that they would do it. He said that this was one of the heaviest Super Maxis in the fleet. They have just overtaken the fastest and the strongest boat. So this is just an incredible finish to what has been a spectacular race.
Just amazing, Annie. That is incredible. LawConnect have done it. Christian Beck, 4th time lucky. 3 times they've been a runner-up in this race, and just remarkable. You can see the celebrations on board. What a finish. Unbelievable. One of the closest finishes in Sydney Hobart history, and Comanche, which is regarded as the fastest Super Maxi in the world, has been beaten in the Sydney Hobart. That is a massive result. A great effort from the team on LawConnect, and that coming to the line, that is a sailor's nightmare. You've done all the hard work, and then it just comes down to, can you get that last
There was just one tack in it at the end, wasn't it?
Yep.
Amazing. We spoke to Christian Beck just over an hour ago. He was saying that they were behind at that point, but they could see Comanche. But he did say they could take advantage of them being in front and see that the mistakes that they made and follow them down the Derwent in a more tactical way, and they did it. Yeah,
and all through the night, it's been, LawConnect, are they in it? Are they out of it? People saying, no, they're gone now, it's too far behind, and then they're coming back and they're going to get it. And what do you know, at the line, they have snatched it. So celebration on board now as they head towards Constitution Dock. There'll be about 10,000 people standing around that dock at the moment waiting to welcome them in, and that's when the party starts. But it's just an amazing moment every year in Australian sport, the finish of the Rolex Sydney Hobart. Let's go back to Annie Puller. Annie?
Oh, Brett, the atmosphere down here is incredible. As you said, about 10,000 people. I'm seeing huge crowds of people just lining the marina. And as we've been sailing through into Constitution Dock, you've seen people hanging out their windows, they're on boats. Everyone is just positioning themselves in the right place to catch a glimpse of this race. We're just getting closer to Andoo Comanche here. Obviously, You know, not a great feeling at the moment for this crew. They've put in some very hard work, 628 nautical miles, as we've said throughout the show. They're getting an applause from some spectators here. They may have lost this one, but the fight they have put in has been unbelievable. It'll be a disappointing blow for the skipper, John Winning Jr. This will be his last time on this boat, and we're hearing that the owner is planning to ship Comanche to Europe in the new year to campaign it over there. So this is actually the last time we could see Comanche in the Blue Water Classic. We'll take you over to LawConnect there. They're just relishing in the glory. And just look at the atmosphere, guys. We've got this chopper hovering so low here. As you said earlier, Barretts, this is just an incredible moment in Australian sport. Every year on Boxing Day, we see these boats take off from Sydney Harbour, and then we practically don't see them again until they get here to Hobart. The interesting thing that LawConnect has done over the last couple of years is put a live stream on their boat to make sure that people can tune in on the race, that they see what these crews go through, what they endure. And I'm pretty sure the wind actually knocked the live stream out yesterday. They were down for a couple of hours there, which gives you an indication of just how rough and tough this weather has been at times. It's been an incredibly ugly race. There's been 11 boats retire. One of those was Super Maxi Scallywag. We're going to stay here with all the action. We'll bring it to you live, Barretts, as they get to Constitution Dock and no doubt head to Customs.
Oh, wonderful work, Annie. And Barretts, you were there at the start line on Boxing Day. You're there now at the finish line here in Hobart. And as Annie alluded to, it's an amazing atmosphere, isn't it, there? With the choppers in the sky. We've got the official Rolex cam there as well, showing those magnificent pictures of the boat. And if you have a look at that shot from Constitution Dock that shows the tall ships there and the atmosphere as tens of thousands of people gather in Tasmania at this time of year. There is no better place to be in Australia, and to have this a daytime finish right here in the morning, that's something really special, isn't it?
Eddie, you can speak from experience. We've been lucky enough to be down there a couple of times this finish, and it is, if you ever get the chance to get down there and you've not been down there, it is one of the great things you can do if you love your sport. It is amazing, this moment when these yachts come into the dock after winning this race. And LawConnect and crew just taking a moment now. They'll square away the boat, pack up the sails a little bit before they head in, but they'll make a slow move in, and that crowd will only build now. They're very, very savvy, the crowd in Hobart. They will wait and they'll be watching. They'll hear the cannon. They'll be watching the coverage in the morning, and then they will rush down to the dock to be there. And I think I mentioned 10,000. I reckon there'll be 20 or more today, because normally we've seen this finish in the middle of the night in the last few years. You know, to get a finish like this in the morning, in beautiful daylight, in beautiful Tasmanian sunshine is incredible.
And how about, Annie mentioned the 4 employees on board who've never sailed before, who can now go back to the office and say, what'd you do over the summer break? Well, you know, a couple of things. One, the Sydney Hobart.
And having watched it play out in that almost slow-mo, that agonising slow-mo, it almost like they might be saying, what just happened? People watching it, it was just extraordinary,
what a racing part of it. And that's one of the great things Christian Beck does with this boat as owner and skipper. He brings on his staff, you know, people on the team, and it's a random draw in the office. You know, if you get pulled out randomly and you want to do it, you go on board. So it's pretty cool.
I thought winning the Melbourne Cup sweep here at 7 was pretty good, but I think probably as we go, that's much better. That's amazing.
What a great race. What a great finish.
We'll go back
It's
to
really
Hobart
special.
live soon.
Right.